Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
It will be recalled that the outgoing year 2020 witnessed renewed calls for a restructured federation as well as demand for the operation of fiscal federalism to enable oil-producing states in the Niger Delta have a fair share of resources generated from crude oil extraction in the region. This report, correspondent Tekena Amifori takes a flashback at the campaign for restructuring and resource control in the year 2020.
2020 goes down in recent history as a year of monumental challenges in Nigeria's national life. The outbreak of the deadly coronavirus disease in the month of March led to a crash in the price of crude oil in the international market. After the country's gross domestic product contracted for the second consecutive quarter, Nigeria in November 2020 slipped into economic recession. In the midst of their economic woes, Nigerians had the growing menace of insecurity to contend with. There was a general feeling of disillusionment over the federal government's inability to effectively tackle the twin challenges of poverty and insecurity in the land. In a virtual meeting on Independence Day, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, one of Nigeria's most revered Christian clerics, had underscored the urgent need to restructure the Nigerian Federation to avert a likely disintegration of an unstable union.
Without any doubt, we must restructure and do it as soon as possible. A United States of Nigeria is likely to survive much more than our present structure.
In the outgone year, not a few ethnic nationalities held peaceful protests at different locations in the Niger Delta, demanding inclusion in the oil and gas industry. One of such protests was organized in Baramatu Kingdom in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State in July 2020.
We will ensure that companies that are mining oil in our territory do so no more until we are given an opportunity of first refusal.
If they don't want us house, we are ready for them. Our own will be more than COVID-19. The women, we are ready.
Before this time, several groups had intensified campaigns for a restructured federation that allows for the operation of fiscal federalism in the country. They were unequivocal in their demand for a process of social engineering that would ultimately address inequities in the distribution of Nigeria's economic resources among its federating units.
Restructure Nigeria, and the Niger Delta is able to control its resources, manage this resource, pay royalty to the federal government as it was in the First Republic. In the First Republic, the federal government only had 15 items at the exclusive list. The rest of the items, functional items of government, belong to the regions. But today, what do we find? The federal government have about 68 items in the exclusive list. In fact, the federal government want to even embark on the construction of rural roads.
The Niger Delta has dealt with Europeans for 500 years. Our people, our ancestors, traded with them. But this is not the only oil that we have. We had palm oil here. And we traded 200 years with Europe. And the cities prospered there. Asaba, Asabasi, Abo, Patani, Ganagana. All those cities, palm oil. There was no fight. There was no violence then. It is because we were in charge of that business. There was no violence, nobody got killed. There's violence now because the government of Nigeria that claimed to be independent is the one that converted us to a colony. And once you are called a colony, there's only one legitimate response. You fight back.
In November 2020, governors and leaders of 6 states comprising the South-South geopolitical zone met with the federal government's delegation in Port Harcourt to consider issues giving rise to agitations and unrest in Nigeria's oil-rich region. At the meeting, the governors and other stakeholders demanded a restructured Nigerian Federation for equitable distribution of resources, security and lasting peace in the country.
Creating a powerful center, controlling and distributing all the resources, most often unevenly. There are now strong desire that we need to restructure the country in order to guarantee peace, security, stability, and progress.
What are we looking for? We are looking for political stability. We are looking for social harmony. We are looking for sustainable development. We are looking for peace and security.
Despite renewed agitations over perceived economic marginalization by several groups in the Niger Delta, the year 2020 did not witness resurgence of violence. For close watchers of the ongoing peace process, it is a welcome development that offers the federal government and agitated communities an ample opportunity for expanded dialogue, which is expected to foster peace building in the Niger Delta.
Inside the Niger Delta,